everyone. Welcome to Babes, I Have Been There. It's your girl Mandy, and I am with
Gerry.
Okay, so today we are back with another segment, and we just want to welcome you guys. It's Gerry. It's almost May, and I don't even know where this year went.
Man, it actually has. It's zoomed. It's really just zoom.
It's
zoomed in a way.
I'm not even ready for it to zoom the way that it's zooming. But yeah, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Welcome to this podcast. Welcome to this space. We hope that you have enjoyed being with us for these past few months, and we hope that you can stay. So if it's your first time, hello. Please subscribe at the end of this video. And to those that are returning subscribers, thank you so much for pulling through and sticking through with us. Today, Gerry and I are back at it again. And so, as we said to you guys last time, Gerry and I are trying to move away from, doing sort of like preparing topics to discuss. Not that we'll never do that, but we just want to have more, less guided conversations and more free talk, like just natural, organic conversations. And topics will just float because they always float. They always come from somewhere. So I don't know if, Gerry, there's anything you want to add more about that?
No, I think it's very straightforward. Essentially, we just really want for it to be more of a free-flowing conversation and just to allow us to just like chat and talk. And what comes up, comes up. And if you relate, hey! And if and it just flows. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what we're about today. So also, Gerry, we've been speaking here and there, but it's just been very business or like very straight to the point. Like it's about the YouTube channel and all of that stuff. So we haven't had a talk in terms of like checking in on each other or like just a personal type of vibe. So I just want to know, how are you, how have you been, how you feeling?
How am I doing? I'm in a really good space. I'm in a really, really good space now. I feel like I've gone into another gear, if that makes sense, as far as just my life overall. And I think that started with my mindset because I had recently gone through a breakup. Let me actually just be straight up with you guys. I'd gone through a breakup, and with the breakup, I mean, you all know how that goes. Depending on how invested you were in the situation, it can be something that can be very crippling when it ends, because you really rely on that person in more ways than one, and they become a part of your life, and you kind of almost start to see your life with them in it. So when that suddenly changes and you kind of have to regroup again, it's a difficult space to be in. And I think I got stuck. I got really just stuck in the situation, stuck in terms of where do I go from here? What do I now want for myself, just within the heartbreak of it all? So I got a bit stuck. But luckily, at the same time, I'm going to call it just a series of really beautiful events. But the way that it happened is that we had a very real conversation where we sat down and we said to ourselves, okay, cool, this is like my ex and I. But we just sat and we had this conversation, and we basically said that, okay, as far as us trying to move on, we obviously need to give each other space to do that, because obviously we still care for each other. It's just that it didn't work.
Of course.
For reasons that I'm not going to mention. But basically,
of course,
we had after we had broken up, we were still kind of speaking every day, and we were kind of just, at least for me, I thought that, okay, I'm walking down this hill, kind of, moving away from who we were and all of that, coming to terms with the reality. For me, it was actually therapeutic. It was better because I felt that, oh, okay, in doing this, if, for example, we just cut ties, my mind would have still been turning like, oh, does he still care? Oh, was it that simple for him to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, was it,
to just leave? What did I mean anything to him to begin with?
Right.
Yeah.
all of those things. So the fact that we were still speaking every day afterwards, we were still very clear about how we were feeling at any given moment. So, oh, today was tough, or today I was feeling a bit better. But at least I was able to then see in real time that, okay, cool, like this is how this person is feeling. I'm not alone in this. Because the thing about a
Yeah.
breakup sometimes is that if you do decide to just part ways separately and just go, a lot of the time what will end up
So
happening,
painful.
yeah, like a lot of the time what will end up happening is that in a way you do feel alone because only you and the person you're in the relationship with will understand what is going on. So obviously, yes, you have your friends and they can obviously give you as much support as they can based on what you tell them. But the truth of the reality of it is that only you and the person that you were in the relationship with will fully understand what what the stakes were, how you guys feel, and just what you're going through, because you guys know why it ended and etc. All of those aspects. So it was nice when we were still speaking after we broke up, every day, to have that sense of, okay, cool, I'm not kind of alone in this in a way. I'm still kind of, going through whatever it is that we're going through, but it was, for me, it was a very good way to kind of be at peace with the situation. But then obviously it got to a point where we had the conversation of, okay, we kind of need to no longer be speaking every day because, like, I mean, now
Attachment.
the attachment situation, um it might make things worse. And it, as it turns out, for me, it didn't make things worse. I was actually like, okay, great. So by the time that, we'd had that conversation, my mind was already like, okay, cool, now that actually, like, this person did care. You also did care, but this is just what the reality is. And, like, I mean,
Yes.
after that conversation, that's why I say it was just a series of events. I was scrolling on Instagram. I saw this app, that was about meditation, right? Specifically for getting unstuck. Now, I'm not plugging them, but it was really good. It's Oprah and Deepak Chopra. I ain't
Hey,
plugging,
don't be plugging.
but I'm just saying, okay?
Right?
If you want to check
Saying,
the app
yeah.
out, it was for a limited time only,
Not
anyway.
sponsored.
But it's Deepak Chopra and Oprah Winfrey, and they have this 21-day meditation series about getting unstuck. And I'm like, that is perfect because I have been feeling stuck. And I started doing this meditation every day, Amanda, like in the morning. And when I tell you that it has just shifted everything for me, I think it started with my mind, because I realized that I am very much an overthinker. I overthink, and that
Girl.
can tend to make me what? Stuck. So with this meditation, it helped me to just
Overthinking, I feel like, is overthinking. Yeah, no. We'll get into that, but yeah.
Yeah, but
I feel you on like a religious level on that overthinking tip.
So basically, it got me to this place of being really centered, and I was able to just be present in every moment and realize, yes, the past is what it was. You learn from it, but it is an illusion. And with every second of every day, you have the opportunity to create the person that you want to be, and then do that consistently. Right. And I'm now on what, day 19 of it, because it's 21 days, so I'm almost done with it. But it's been so good for me, Amanda. Like, literally everything kind of has just, it was like, why must I always go biblical? But when Moses was in front of the sea.
You had the Bible. And he asked the sea to
I mean, I grew up Catholic, girl. What must happen?
Oh,
we know these stories. So, do you remember the story of Moses, right? When he was in front of the Red Sea. Was it the Red Sea? The sea, all right? And he had to part it.
I don't know which sea it was, but there was a sea.
Yes, and then he put the rod down, and then the sea, parted, right? And as they're walking through, that part in the sea, obviously on the sides they can see the water and the various animals and all that stuff, right? So I felt like that's what happened. I felt like I had been stuck and I was just in front
Wow.
of the sea. And then the meditation kind of just
Mm.
opened it up and I was able to walk through.
Mm.
And in walking
To
through,
walk through.
various issues that I was seeing, that, okay, this is an issue I need to deal with. And I did, like, just various things, whether it was, some things that were unresolved with my father. I called him up, we sat, we had the conversation, we hashed it out. Great, done, finished.
And this is in this 19 days.
Man, but the thing was, that was within the first, like, week where I had that conversation with my dad. The shift was that, like, I done meditated my way out of heartbreak, friend, and just opened up the doors to my life.
You
where
fixed
now,
your entire life.
Yeah, and now I'm in this really beautiful space where I'm like, okay, cool, taking control of everything. Work right now, okay, I don't particularly like where I'm working at now. How do I change that? Okay, cool. This is the plan.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna move that. Like, the buying a new laptop, because I've been needing to do that for some time in any case. Pulling the trigger on that, trying to be less stingy.
You did that already?
Hey?
You did that already?
Yes. Adam bought.
Congrats, girl.
Laptop. Yes, I did. So
congrats.
Man, but the good thing is that, my life is now shifting and it's not limited anymore. My horizons have expanded.
Right.
Outside of him, and really in terms of like myself. And I think as a result of me just being open and receiving and just being in that space, I think things are coming back, or things are like, good things are also coming in at the same time.
Coming back.
Yeah, like meeting different people, but meeting people who are like decent, and also listening to that voice in my head. When sometimes you meet somebody and there'll be a
intuition, rather?
Hey?
Not the intuition? Your intuition,
yeah, I mean, like, you call it the intuition or the gut feeling, but it'll be that little voice in your head when you meet somebody, and they'll be like, no. And sometimes...
Sorry, is this you saying that you are back in the dating pool now and you've been going on dates and you've been meeting people?
What? I mean, I can't say
because
that
I need to know. I'm trying to understand where this gut feeling of meeting somebody, and you know what I mean. Are you Are you in a point where you're going on dates and meeting guys, and you're deciphering whether this is a guy I kind of potential?
Okay.
Or what are we talking about?
Okay.
I need to know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get your point. So, from my end, actually, I'm not dating right now because, I mean, it's way too soon.
Yeah,
I think it's just that because as a result of me, I think being more open, because even during that phase when the relationship with my ex had ended, I think my mind was still with him, if that makes sense. So I still behaved as if I was in a relationship, which meant that any person who came at me, I'm like, who are you? What do you want? Like,
I got a man.
No.
I'm in a relationship. Right.
Yeah, I was that person. So when I had this shift and the change of like, okay, no, you can't behave like that anymore because that's not the case. Stick with what is.
Stop blocking your blessings, girl.
Yeah. Like, stick with the present. Then when, like, whichever guy it is who does approach and come in and be like, oh, okay, hey, that's why I'm speaking about this inner voice, because it reminded me of, past situations that I'd been in where that voice was there and I heard it, but I was like,
but you didn't listen to the voice.
I was like,
and you entertained.
Yes, I was like, you never know. Maybe let me just give it a chance, because I'm that person who learns by putting my hand on the fire. I'm not so good at, don't do this. And I'm like, why? If you do it like this, it might work. If you
I don't have
like
anything to base it on.
Why not? And then I find out, okay, never mind. Probably should have listened. So now I think I've gone to that place of just listening to that voice, because it's there and it's just silent. It's just that sometimes we just push it aside and act like, nah, it's not that deep. It's okay. It's fine.
It doesn't mean much.
And then it becomes very apparent that Actually, yeah, you knew all along, kind of.
It
You
is
just
that
didn't
deep.
listen. So now I'm heeding
Listen,
that
right.
voice. Like, even if it's okay, I meet the person and they're chilled. I think I am more specific about what it is that I want, but at the same time, I'm not dating right now because I know that when I start dating again, I'm dating with a specific intention. If you're coming
For
at me with,
purpose.
let's see where it
Exactly.
goes, then bye bye, my dude, it's cool. We don't want the same things. I'm
No.
not at that place where I'm going to figure things out with
Yeah.
you. I'm not here to
You
build a man. I'm not here to, oh, okay,
mm,
you need help to do ABC. Okay, no, I'm at a place where it's like, look, you know who
no.
you are. You're on
This
your
is what
way,
you
doing
want.
what you're supposed to be doing to get to that place. You want someone to share your life with and to support you and to also support the
Mm,
person on their journey. That's where I'm at right now as far as a partner. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm
mm.
like now in the dating pool. No, I am not. I
Yeah, yeah.
am just,
But
in
I
this
hear what you
space of
say.
being me, chilling, meeting people, hanging out, and just, letting my life unfold in the direction that I want for it to unfold, just as far as, career,
Mm,
personally, my friendships, all of these things. I want to move in that direction. Like that's the main thing for me right
that's
now.
it.
So nobody should be coming at me like, oh, okay, like let's date to get married. Like, not now. Like, maybe like 6 months from now.
I'm I totally hear what you're saying because like when you are single and you making friends with the opposite sex, most of the time there are situations where you know that like this is purely platonic, and I think that only happens if you know that you are not really attracted to the person, and like it's just a no. Sometimes I think sometimes in your head you know when something is just a no-go and this person can only be your friend. But then there are certain instances where it's like, how can I say, anything can go. It's like a 50
Mm-hmm.
50. You know what I mean? We can have this friendship, but there could also be a potential of it developing into a relationship because you are kind of attracted to the
Mm-hmm.
person. And I think with having that voice that allows you to decipher what is like danger for the future, whether it's a friendship or whether it could be a potential relationship, is really good. I understand like why you would, even though you say you're not in a dating pool, like harboring those type of people that you feel like could potentially be um or cause some instability in your life or some toxic behavior, then means that later when should anything happens, then you're like, oh shit, like I've invited this into my space now. Okay.
Exactly.